Ladies and gentlemen, there's a truth that we often don't like to face. We are born alone, and one day we will leave this world alone. But between these two moments, there's a vast space filled with possibilities. What we do in that space, how we shape our journey, and the impact we leave behind, that's what defines our legacy. The world doesn't remember those who simply existed. It remembers those who dared, who acted, and who refused to be invisible. Your legacy isn't written in words, it's written in your actions, in the lives you touch, in the barriers you break, and in the dreams you turn into reality. I have learned that if you want to leave a mark, you must be willing to take risks. You must be ready to step out of your comfort zone, fail, fall, and rise again. It is not about having a perfect journey, it is about having an unstoppable spirit. The reality of solitude is something we all experience, whether we acknowledge it or not. From the moment we enter this world, we come alone, and no matter how many relationships we build, how many people we surround ourselves with, or how deeply we connect with others, the truth remains. We are ultimately responsible for our own journey. Solitude is not just about being physically alone. It is about understanding that our thoughts, emotions, decisions, and struggles are uniquely ours to carry. No one else can truly live our life for us. As human beings, we crave connection. We build families, friendships, and communities because they provide comfort, support, and a sense of belonging. Yet, even in the midst of these relationships, there are moments when we feel utterly alone. This solitude can be overwhelming at times, making us question our purpose, our direction, and our place in the world. But rather than seeing solitude as a burden, it should be recognized as an opportunity, a space where we can truly come to terms with who we are. When we strip away the distractions, the noise of the world, and the influence of others, we are left with ourselves, our thoughts, and our deepest truths. It is in these moments that we discover what we truly want, what we fear, and what we are capable of. Life has a way of teaching us that no matter how many people love us, support us, or stand by our side, there are battles that only we can fight. Pain, loss, disappointment, these are experiences that, though shared with others, are ultimately endured alone. No one else can fully comprehend the depth of our struggles because no one else has walked our exact path. This is why embracing solitude is so important. Instead of fearing it, we must learn to use it as a tool for growth and self-awareness. The ability to stand alone, to be comfortable with oneself, and to trust one's own instincts is what gives us strength. In the pursuit of our dreams, solitude becomes even more apparent. When we choose to chase something greater, when we decide to break away from the ordinary and carve our own path, we often find ourselves alone. The journey to success is not crowded, it is a road that demands individual effort, resilience, and self-belief. There will be times when others do not understand our vision, when they doubt us, or when they leave us to figure things out on our own. It is during these moments that solitude becomes our greatest ally. It allows us to reflect, to plan, and to take decisive action without the interference of external voices. Solitude is not just about struggle, it is also about power. Some of the most powerful moments in life come from being alone, from standing tall in the face of adversity, and from proving to ourselves that we are enough. It is in solitude that ideas are born, creativity flourishes, and true strength emerges. The greatest leaders, thinkers, and innovators in history have all understood the power of solitude. They have embraced the silence, the isolation, and the moments of doubt because they knew that within those moments lay the key to their greatness. Being alone does not mean being lonely. There's a profound difference between solitude and loneliness. Loneliness is the absence of connection, while solitude is the presence of self-awareness. When we learn to appreciate our own company, to find peace in our own presence, and to trust ourselves fully, we become unstoppable. The fear of being alone disappears because we realize that everything we need is already within us. The reality of solitude is that it is not something to escape, but something to embrace. It is in solitude that we grow, that we find clarity, and that we understand the essence of who we are. It is not a weakness, it is a strength. And when we learn to harness it, we unlock a power that allows us to shape our own destiny, no matter who walks beside us or who chooses to walk away. Action is what separates those who dream from those who achieve. Purposeful action is not about movement for the sake of movement. It is about making decisions with intention, executing plans with clarity, and ensuring that every step taken is aligned with a greater vision. The power of purposeful action lies in its ability to transform ideas into reality, to bridge the gap between potential and success, and to create a lasting impact. Many people have aspirations, but not everyone takes the steps needed to fulfill them. Dreams are valuable, but they remain intangible unless they are backed by consistent action. Purposeful action means moving forward with a sense of direction, understanding that success is not a result of luck, but of deliberate effort. It is about making choices that are in alignment with long-term goals rather than being swayed by distractions or short-term gratification. It requires discipline, commitment, and the willingness to embrace discomfort, knowing that growth and achievement come from stepping outside of comfort zones. Every great achievement in history has been driven by purposeful action. Visionaries, leaders, and pioneers did not simply wish for success. They worked for it. They made sacrifices, took risks, and stayed committed to their goals despite challenges and setbacks. What sets them apart is not just their intelligence or talent, but their ability to execute their ideas with determination. It is easy to come up with an idea, but bringing it to life requires relentless effort. The ability to push through failures and the resilience to keep going when things do not go as planned. Taking purposeful action also means understanding the difference between being busy and being productive. Many people confuse activity with progress. They fill their days with tasks, meetings, and responsibilities, but fail to focus on what truly moves them closer to their goals. Purposeful action is about prioritizing what matters most, cutting out unnecessary distractions, and ensuring that every effort contributes to meaningful progress. It is about working smarter, not just harder. Time is a limited resource, and those who understand the power of purposeful action use it wisely, investing their energy where it will have the most impact. Another crucial aspect of purposeful action is adaptability. The path to success is rarely linear. Plans change, obstacles arise, and setbacks occur. Those who succeed are not necessarily those who have everything figured out from the start, but those who are willing to adjust their approach when needed. They stay committed to their ultimate vision, but remain flexible in their methods. Purposeful action requires both persistence and adaptability. Persistence to keep moving forward, and adaptability to navigate challenges effectively. Fear often holds people back from taking action. The fear of failure, judgment, or making mistakes can create hesitation. However, purposeful action means embracing the reality that failure is part of the process. Every mistake is a lesson, every setback is an opportunity to learn, and every failure is a stepping stone to success. Those who wait for the perfect moment or for everything to fall into place before taking action often find themselves stuck in the same place for years. Progress is made by those who act despite uncertainty, who take calculated risks, and who trust in their ability to figure things out along the way. Purposeful action is not just about personal success. It is about creating impact. It is about using one's skills, knowledge, and influence to contribute something meaningful to the world. Those who leave behind a legacy are those who take action not just for themselves, but for others. They recognize that their efforts can inspire, uplift, and create opportunities for those around them. Whether it is through innovation, leadership, or service, taking action with purpose has the power to transform not only individual lives, but entire communities. At its core, the power of purposeful action lies in the ability to turn vision into reality. It is what turns possibilities into achievements, dreams into legacies, and ideas into impact. Those who embrace purposeful action understand that success is not given. It is created through effort, intention, and unwavering commitment. Breaking barriers and taking risks are essential elements of growth, success, and impact. Every great achievement in history has been made possible by individuals who refused to accept limits, who challenged the status quo, and who dared to step beyond what was considered possible. Progress, whether personal or societal, comes from those who are willing to push boundaries, take risks, and defy expectations. It is through these bold actions that true transformation occurs. Barriers exist everywhere. Some are placed by society, some are imposed by others, and some are self-created. Society often dictates what is acceptable, achievable, or realistic, shaping expectations around careers, personal goals, and even self-worth. Many people conform to these limitations, accepting them as unchangeable truths. However, those who achieve greatness are the ones who refuse to be confined by these restrictions. They recognize that barriers are meant to be broken, not obeyed. They challenge traditions, question norms, and prove that limitations exist only until someone dares to surpass them. One of the most common barriers people face is fear. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown. Fear is a natural response when stepping into unfamiliar territory, but it should not be a reason to remain stagnant. Taking risks means acknowledging fear but choosing to move forward anyway. Every major breakthrough, every significant achievement has involved an element of uncertainty. Those who wait for certainty before acting often find themselves waiting forever. True change happens when people take risks despite their doubts, when they step outside their comfort zones and bet on their own potential. Taking risks is not about being reckless, it is about being courageous. There is a difference between blindly making decisions without thought and strategically taking bold steps toward a goal. Smart risk takers analyze their situation, weigh the consequences, and still choose to move forward despite uncertainty. They understand that even failure is a form of progress because it brings lessons, resilience, and new opportunities. Some of the most successful individuals in the world have faced repeated failures before achieving their breakthroughs. What set them apart was their willingness to keep pushing forward, using every setback as a stepping stone rather than a stopping point. Barriers also exist in the form of self-doubt. Many people place limitations on themselves, believing they are not capable, not talented enough, or not deserving of success. This mindset becomes a personal barrier, preventing them from even trying. The reality is that the only way to know what is possible is to take action. Confidence is not something that exists before taking risks. It is something that is built through taking risks. Every time a person pushes past their own doubts and proves themselves wrong, they gain more confidence in their abilities and expand their own perception of what they are capable of achieving. Beyond personal barriers, breaking societal and systemic barriers is equally important. Many of the advancements we see today, whether in technology, human rights, or business, were made possible by people who refused to accept limitations. These individuals were told no, yet they persisted. They were discouraged, yet they continued. They were doubted, yet they proved otherwise. Their courage to take risks did not just benefit them, but paved the way for future generations to dream bigger and achieve more. Taking risks and breaking barriers also requires resilience. The journey is not always smooth. There will be criticism, rejection, and moments of failure. But resilience is what allows people to get back up after falling. It is what separates those who succeed from those who give up too soon. The most powerful individuals are not the ones who never experience failure, but the ones who refuse to be defeated by it. They see barriers as challenges to overcome rather than obstacles to avoid. Those who change the world are the ones who refuse to let fear, doubt, or limitations define their journey. They take bold risks, they challenge existing boundaries, and they prove that impossible is just a word until someone makes it possible. Success is often seen as a personal journey, a path that individuals walk alone in pursuit of their goals. However, true success is not just about personal achievements, it is about impact. It is about lifting others while rising, ensuring that progress is not just an individual victory but a collective one. The most meaningful success stories are those where people bring others along with them, opening doors, creating opportunities, and inspiring those around them to believe in their own potential. The idea of lifting others while rising stems from the understanding that no one achieves success entirely on their own. Along the way, there are mentors, supporters, and people who provide guidance, encouragement, and even challenges that push individuals to grow. Acknowledging this truth is the first step in realizing that just as we benefit from the help of others, we also have a responsibility to extend the same support. When one person succeeds and shares their knowledge, resources, or experiences, they create a ripple effect that empowers countless others to strive for their own goals. One of the most powerful ways to lift others is through mentorship. A mentor is someone who has walked a path, faced challenges, and gained insights that can be valuable to those who are just beginning their journey. Sharing knowledge and experience does not diminish personal success, rather it multiplies it by creating a chain reaction of growth. A mentor's guidance can help someone avoid unnecessary mistakes, navigate difficulties, and gain the confidence needed to pursue their aspirations. The most influential leaders and achievers recognize the importance of mentorship, understanding that true leadership is not about being at the top alone, but about empowering others to climb as well. Beyond mentorship, lifting others also means creating opportunities. This can be done in various ways. Through opening doors for others in professional spaces, advocating for those who may not have a voice, or simply providing encouragement and belief in someone's potential. Many people have talent and ambition but lack the right opportunities to showcase their abilities. Those who have reached a certain level of success have the power to create those opportunities, whether by offering jobs, funding education, or simply making introductions that can change lives. The smallest actions, such as recommending someone for a position, sharing knowledge, or offering guidance, can have a profound impact on someone else's journey. Lifting others also involves breaking barriers and challenging the mindset that success is a limited resource. Some people operate with a scarcity mindset, believing that helping others will somehow reduce their own chances of success. This could not be further from the truth. The reality is that success expands when it is shared. A rising tide lifts all boats, meaning that when one person progresses and brings others along, it creates an environment where more people can thrive. Businesses grow when leadership invests in employees, communities prosper when individuals help one another, and industries evolve when knowledge and opportunities are distributed rather than hoarded. Another significant aspect of lifting others while rising is leading by example. People are often inspired by what they see rather than what they hear. When individuals demonstrate kindness, resilience, and generosity, they encourage others to do the same. Acts of leadership, integrity, and empowerment create a culture where success is not just about personal gain, but about collective progress. By setting a standard of excellence and inclusivity, those who rise can encourage future generations to pursue their dreams with the same mindset of empowerment. Lifting others while rising also fosters deep fulfillment. Achieving success is rewarding, but knowing that one's success has positively impacted others adds a level of meaning that cannot be found in individual accomplishments alone. Many of the world's most respected figures are not just celebrated for their achievements, but for the impact they have had on others. Whether through philanthropy, activism, or simply being a source of encouragement and support, they have left a mark not just on their industries, but on humanity itself. Success is most powerful when it is shared. Those who rise and extend a hand to others create legacies that outlast them, proving that the true measure of success is not just how far one goes, but how many others they bring along. Living boldly and authentically is about embracing who you truly are, unapologetically pursuing your dreams and refusing to let fear, doubt, or societal expectations dictate your path. It is about standing firm in your beliefs, owning your story, and having the courage to express yourself fully. Many people spend their lives trying to fit into molds created by others, afraid to step outside of what is considered acceptable. However, true fulfillment comes from embracing individuality, taking risks, and living life with passion and conviction. Authenticity begins with self-awareness, where it requires understanding who you are at your core, your values, desires, strengths, and even flaws. Many people struggle with this because they are conditioned to seek validation from external sources. Society often imposes expectations on how to behave, what to believe, and what path to follow. From a young age, individuals are taught to conform, to fit into predefined roles, and to avoid standing out too much. However, those who achieve the most significant impact in life are those who break free from these expectations and dare to be themselves. They recognize that authenticity is not about pleasing everyone, it is about living in alignment with their true selves. Living boldly means taking risks and pursuing passions without fear of judgment. Fear often holds people back from stepping into their full potential. The fear of failure, criticism, or rejection can cause individuals to suppress their dreams, choosing security over passion. However, the most extraordinary achievements come from those who dare to take chances, who are willing to fail, and who refuse to be held back by the fear of what others might think. Boldness is about trusting yourself, taking leaps of faith, and believing that even if you stumble, you have the strength to rise again. Living authentically also means embracing imperfections. Many people believe they need to be flawless to be successful or accepted. They hide their vulnerabilities, afraid that exposing them will make them weak. In reality, imperfections are what make people unique and relatable. True confidence comes not from pretending to be perfect, but from embracing every aspect of oneself, flaws included. People are drawn to those who are real, who show up as their true selves without pretense. The most inspiring individuals are those who are unafraid to share their struggles, their lessons, and their journey openly. Bold living requires making choices based on personal truth rather than external pressures. Many people follow paths that were chosen for them by family, culture, or societal norms, rather than paths that align with their own passions and purpose. They stay in jobs they do not love, relationships that do not fulfill them, and routines that leave them uninspired simply because they fear change. However, those who live boldly understand that life is too short to be lived according to someone else's script. They take ownership of their choices, trusting that following their own path, no matter how unconventional, will lead to the most fulfilling and rewarding life. Another aspect of bold living is speaking up for what matters. Many people silence themselves to avoid conflict, to fit in, or to avoid being seen as too much. However, real change and progress come from those who use their voices to challenge injustice, advocate for others, and stand up for their beliefs. Whether in personal relationships, the workplace, or society as a whole, those who live boldly refuse to stay silent when something matters to them. They express their thoughts with confidence, knowing that their voice has power. Living authentically also means surrounding oneself with people who encourage and celebrate individuality. Many people shrink themselves to fit into environments that do not truly support them. They compromise their values, suppress their true thoughts, and settle for less than they deserve just to maintain acceptance. However, true confidence and happiness come from being in spaces where authenticity is welcomed and encouraged. Choosing to be around people who uplift and inspire rather than those who expect conformity is essential to living a bold and authentic life. At its core, bold and authentic living is about freedom. The freedom to be exactly who you are, to chase your dreams without hesitation, and to live life on your own terms. It is about breaking free from limitations, trusting your intuition, and embracing the journey with confidence and passion. Those who live this way not only create extraordinary lives for themselves, but also inspire others to do the same.